Good evening, everyone. My name is Brandon, your host with the most, and this is the age of the comeback. Bow, 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 bow. Man, what an eventful week this was today. So many blessings, so many ups, a couple downs, and it was an eventful week, to say the least. Can we all agree with that? Yeah, it's been wild. Very busy. Very, very busy. However, one thing came to me this week, and I don't know where this came from. Just the essence of creation. Now, a lot of people, they talk creation. They talk creation. What are you creating with your life? What are you trying to do with your life? What's your next step? How do you manifest your goals? How do you manifest your vision? What's next in your path of creation? However, the one thing I feel that people miss quite often actually is the chaos and the destruction that happens prior to creation. Because with creation, before creation, there is destruction. Let me repeat that. Before creation, there is destruction. One more time. And this is the topic of today's video and podcast. Again, before creation, there is destruction. What are you talking about, Brandon? You're probably asking that across the camera here, right? Or the video or the podcast you're listening to. What the hell are you talking about, Brandon? Before creation, there is destruction. Now let's think about that. Let's really, really, really think about that. Before creation, there is destruction. Again, just like in my first and second video, this is all subjective. However, this is from my personal experience, and I've put this into practice, and holy crap, it works, right? It works. So whether you take from it or if you don't take from the message, that by all means, that's on you. However, in my experience, what this means, before creation, there is destruction. What that means is, think about all of the things that you have addictions to. And it doesn't have to be substances. It could be an addiction to anger. It can be an addiction to pain. It can be an addiction to porn. It can be an addiction to sex. It can be addiction to the opposite sex. It can be an addiction to food. It can be an addiction to sugar. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Now think about each of those addictions as crosses. And for each and every one of those crosses, there's a death and a rebirth that requires to happen in order for you to be reborn into the new self that's closer towards your future vision self. You get to die on all of those crosses or all of those limiting beliefs that hold you back in order for you to be reborn as your new self that's gradually getting closer to your vision self. And then that's what I believe, in my experience, before creation, there is destruction. Powerful. Now, I'd like to ask you guys just a couple of questions. What's holding you back? I know in my personal experience, what held me back was anger, pain, drugs, alcohol, just a myriad of different things holding me back from tapping into my authentic self in order for me to be reborn day in and day out, because I had to die on these crosses for me to be reborn in order for me to keep moving forward towards my vision. Insecurity was a big one too. Security was a big one too. Now, how does that relate with you? What's holding you back? What's holding you back? It's a really honest, simple question. And a lot of people, I believe they have not looked at themselves in the mirror enough for them to take into consideration that question in order for them to come up with the answer. Facing yourself is really freaking hard. It's a very scary feeling. Very, very, very scary feeling, because that is when the destruction happens. That is when the destruction, particularly of the ego, because we have meshed our entire being with the ego, not knowing that we are not the ego. I am not my ego. You are not your ego. Your ego is just all of your experiences from childhood, growing up, that what you think has made you you. And it's not you. Sorry to burst your bubble. It's not you. It's not you. Before creation, there is destruction. I don't have a story today regarding that because it's such a powerful statement, and it really relates on looking inside of the mirror. Who is the person that's looking on the opposite end of the mirror? Of course, it's your reflection, but is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Which crosses do you get to die on tonight? Is it anger? Is it lust? Is it pain? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? What is it? What is it? Deep topic. Before creation, there is destruction. Who do you get to destroy? Which version of yourself do you get to destroy in order for you to unlock your potential? Which versions do you get to destroy? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. However, through this methodology and through this thought process and through this vision that I've had about before creation there is destruction, as an ex-drug addict myself for 7 years, that was my period of destruction. After getting sober through emotional intelligence and leadership workshops, that's when I started creating. And creating is hard. Let's talk about creation for a second. Because what requires to happen when creating is obtaining this magical, beautiful, exponential power of being misunderstood. Because when people hold you to your past, they will only see your past. And even when you're trying to do something right with your life and when you're trying to create something new with your life, it will take them a while to readjust to what you are creating with your life. So they will continuously hold you to your past. Continuously hold you to your past. Oh, Brandon, you remember when you used to have freaking 3-day parties? Freaking, we would stay up all 3 days and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I remember it, but that's not me anymore. Come on. Come on. Are you serious? That is not me anymore. Get out of here with that, man. I'm a new person now. And that's the thing, is the power of being misunderstood. When you're trying to do something right with your life and you are doing everything in your power to create and you are fighting for your life. You are fighting for your life. You will be misunderstood. You will be misunderstood. So when creation happens, this is outside of the comfort zone. It's outside of the comfort zone. You don't create anything inside of the comfort zone. You create the same results. And these are the results that you don't want in your life. These are the results you don't want in your life. When stepping out of the comfort zone and you tap into the power of creation, that's when it actually happens. Because you learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust the universe. You learn to trust the people that are newly coming around you, your support systems. You're starting to learn how to trust your law of attraction to what you are wanting to create with your life. And the people that are misunderstanding you, the people from the past, there's either one or two things that are going to happen. They're either going to come with you or they're going to stay behind. Sorry to break it to you, man. They're either going to come with you or they are going to stay behind when you start creating what you want with your life. They're used to all of the destruction. They're used to it. They're used to it. They're not used to creation. They are not used to you creating. One thing that I hear a lot about is, well, I don't want to let my friends go. I don't want to let my family go. I don't want to let my siblings go. I don't want to let my group or my identity go. Who said you were letting go of anything? Who said you were letting go of anything? You're not letting go of anything. You are doing what's best for you. And the right people that are meant to stay in your life will come with you. Do what's best for you. Create. You've been through so much destruction already. To recap on the lesson, before creation, there is destruction. Destruction comes with the addictions that I call crosses in everyone's lives, including mine. Whether it be anger, pain, sex, porn, food, sugar, the list goes on. Every single one of these crosses we get to die on in order to be reborn and recreate ourselves every day in order for us to move closer and towards our vision. Because the crosses is what's holding us back. The crosses, the limiting beliefs, these are all the things that we get to kill within ourselves in order for us to maximize our potentials, in order for us to create what we want to with our lives. Thank you all. That is my video. That is my podcast. Pretty deep subject today, not gonna lie. Okay? Just to reiterate, before creation, there is destruction. Do not be ashamed of the period of destruction, because all of that was required in order for you to start creating. What are you going to create with your life? My name is Brandon. Thank you for tuning in with your eyes and with your ears. And this is the age of the comeback. Thank you, everyone. See you again next time.